What if a creature capable of destroying humanity is sleeping at the bottom of the ocean? What monsters are hidden in the ocean depths? Which of them are myths and which are scientifically proven? This is the second part about the most mysterious and terrifying inhabitants of the oceans. Let's begin our descent. Number 1. SCP-3000, a gigantic eel-like creature that resides in the Bay of Bengal, off the coast of Bangladesh. Morphologically, it resembles eels from the Electrophorus or Gymnothorax genera, but on an absolutely colossal scale. SCP-3000 is part of the fictional SCP Foundation universe, a secret organization that contains and studies anomalous entities. Despite being fictional, it introduces disturbingly realistic concepts, and SCP-3000 is one of the most terrifying among them. This creature defies the laws of physics, manipulates minds, and can drive people insane. It measures somewhere between 800 and 900 kilometers in length, longer than entire countries like Austria, Sri Lanka, or Portugal. To put that into perspective, it's almost twice the length of the Great Wall of China. Its body diameter ranges from 6 to 10 meters, about the same as a train tunnel. From a scientific standpoint, the existence of such a being is impossible. Its size alone would cause it to collapse under its own weight, and its lack of vital systems or adaptations to survive extreme underwater pressure makes its anatomy completely unexplainable. Number 2. The Loch Ness Monster. Scotland. A 36-kilometer-long lake called Loch Ness, surrounded by a legend about a mysterious aquatic creature. The first mention of the monster goes back to the 6th century, when St. Columba supposedly encountered a water beast. But the real surge in popularity came in the 20th century, in 1933, when newspapers printed the story of a local woman who claimed she had seen a large, dark creature in the water. Just a year later came the famous surgeon's photograph. A long neck, a small head, ripples on the water. That image became the symbol of the legend, until 60 years later, when it turned out to be nothing more than a toy submarine with a fake head mounted on it. Even so, the mystery of Loch Ness lives on. From time to time, the lake throws up new puzzles. Cameras capture massive shadows. Fishermen report splashes where there's no wind and no boats. And some sonar readings suggest the presence of huge moving objects at depths of more than 200 meters, far deeper than most people ever go. According to eyewitness descriptions, the creature has a long neck, a small head, and a massive body, reaching up to 15 meters in length. It's often compared to a plesiosaur, a marine reptile that went extinct 65 million years ago at the end of the Cretaceous period. Some scientists believe it could be related to giant eels, or even an unusually large otter. And while DNA studies in 2018 didn't find any trace of ancient reptiles, the existence of the Loch Ness Monster remains an open question. Some speculate that the creature might only visit occasionally, slipping in through underwater channels connected to the sea. Number 3. Cthulhu. In 1928, American writer Lovecraft introduced the world to a mysterious monster in his short story, The Call of Cthulhu. This being came to him in a dream and belongs to the pantheon of the great Old One's alien entities from other dimensions. In Lovecraft's mythology, Cthulhu is one of these ancient beings, slumbering in the sunken city of R'lyeh, waiting for the moment to rise again and rule the earth. The entity is described as a colossal figure, with a face full of tentacles, wings on its back, and a scaly body. Its height ranges from 100 to 200 meters, twice the size of Godzilla. But while Godzilla is pure fiction, things aren't so clear-cut with this monster. Entire cults have formed around Lovecraft's mythos, ranging from fan clubs to philosophical movements. Cthulhu has become an icon of horror, appearing in games, films, and even memes. And let's face it, he looks insanely cool. From a scientific standpoint, a Cthulhu is a purely fictional being, born from the psychology of fear. No living creature on Earth has such proportions or anatomy. Humans often interpret the unknown as a threat. Lovecraft simply gave that phenomenon a face in the form of a monster. Number 4. Megalodon. One of the most popular sea monsters in movies, gaining even more fame in recent years. And it's also one of the largest predators whose existence is 100% confirmed. US, Japan, Peru, Europe, and Australia. Scientists have found its remains on every continent except Antarctica. This shows that Megalodon inhabited nearly the entire planet's oceans. Megalodon was basically a giant version of the modern great white shark, about 3 times longer and roughly 30 times heavier. It could weigh between 50 and 60 tons. That's about the weight of a mid-sized passenger airplane. Such enormous size was shaped by nature for one main purpose: hunting and tearing apart the largest marine animals of its time, like ancient baleen whales or cetotheres. Sometimes it even preyed on smaller megalodons, but despite all its power, it wasn't the undisputed king of the ocean. At the same time, there was an even more deadly super predator living alongside it. We'll talk about that one a bit later. Megalodon first appeared about 23 million years ago and went extinct around 3.6 million years ago. It outlived most of its competitors, but at the end of the Miocene and the beginning of the Pliocene, global cooling and a series of ice ages began. Ocean temperatures dropped, especially in the coastal areas where Megalodon hunted. This led to its disappearance. Its reign lasted nearly 19 million years, quite a long career by animal standards. Number 5. Livyatan melvillei was an extinct genus of giant sperm whales that roamed the oceans around 12 to 13 million years ago during the Miocene epoch. It was one of the most fearsome marine predators of its time, capable of hunting down some of the largest creatures in ancient seas. In 2008, on the arid southern coast of Peru near Pisco, an international team of scientists led by Olivier Lambert unearthed the fossilized remains of Livyatan melvillei. Among the findings were fragments of the skull, massive teeth, and jaw bones, all clear signs of a powerful predatory lifestyle. A prehistoric relative of the modern sperm whale, Livyatan could reach lengths of up to 17 meters and had enormous conical teeth measuring up to 36 centimeters, longer than those of any known predator, including the infamous Megalodon. Its species name, melvillei, was given in honor of Herman Melville, author of the classic novel Moby Dick, which tells the story of a hunt for a giant white sperm whale. To this day, some fishermen in the South Pacific avoid the waters between Chile and Antarctica, claiming that on quiet nights, a low, roaring sound can still be heard echoing through the deep. Scientists insist that Livyatan has long been extinct, but reports of encounters with something enormous continue to surface. Number 6. Leviathan. Leviathan was first mentioned in the Bible as a massive serpent or dragon, the ruler of the sea. In the Middle Ages, it was seen as a symbol of chaos and terror, a giant maw, blazing breath, unstoppable power, the dream of ancient sailors, or their worst nightmare. But long before that, humanity had already imagined monsters dwelling in the deep. For the Sumerians, it was Tiamat, the primordial chaos dragon who gave birth to the gods. For the Vikings, Jörmungandr, the world serpent encircling the earth like a colossal ring. Today, Leviathan appears in many video games, for example Subnautica. The average length of this creature reaches up to 25 meters, comparable to 5 tourist buses lined up in a row. However, there are significantly larger specimens, reaching up to 110 meters, which is approximately the height of the Statue of Liberty. Was Leviathan a real creature? Science has yet to provide a definitive answer. Most likely, it is a myth, a symbol of our collective fear of the ocean, a place where humans have always felt powerless. Or perhaps, it's an echo of a real encounter with something ancient, mighty, and unknown, something that still lurks in the depths of the world's oceans. If you like this type of video, subscribe to the Survival Zone channel and write in the comments which creature you'd like to see in the next video.